Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So not too long ago, I made a video discussing why I think that more Pokemon fan game devs should make the switch to crafting their own unique IPs, basically because the Pokemon company has been going around and sort of going after a lot of these fan games, and the Relic Castle was a recent victim to this. And just, I think there's a lot more incentive to creating one's own game versus a fan game, despite the fact that I personally love fan games. The developers are more protected and can actually earn money making these games, thus can invest more into making the game itself, fleshing it out, and they can even still pay homage to the franchise that inspired them. Anyways, the previous video in and of itself isn't the topic of today's video, but is related because it seems like some fan game devs are actually following suit, particularly Pokemon Phoenix Rising, a fan game that apparently is quite popular. This is what they had to say about the whole situation. We've recently come to the conclusion that Phoenix Rising, in its current form, needs to cease development. The Pokemon Company International and Nintendo have become significantly more protective of their IP in recent months, with the most significant example being the closure of Relic Castle's website. This, coupled with the upcoming changes to Discord's community guidelines, makes the state of fan games significantly more unstable. As much as we all love the Pokemon franchise, these are not conditions we can work under. That said, there is still a lot of life in the ideas in this game. Phoenix Rising's strength lies in the character-driven narrative rather than its connection to Pokemon, and can stand on its own without that connection. It is with this in mind that the team is moving forward by detaching the game from the Pokemon IP rather than canceling it outright. The immediate consequence of this is that new ideas will need to be created to replace the existing Pokemon gameplay loop, and the team will need to reach out to several former members to determine what assets can be retained and what will need to be replaced. Because of this, it will take an indeterminate amount of time before the public hears about any future progress. Rather than putting the server in indefinite limbo, the team has decided to move all future development to a private server, etc, etc. So like I was saying in that previous video, the whole Relic Castle situation is making fan game developers less comfortable working on said games, because the future of fan games as a whole is sort of up in the air right now, especially as far as Pokemon is concerned, with the Pokemon Company being a lot more aggressive lately. I think that's something a lot of people forget, is that you could still keep the love and passion that's being put into a fan game, but also make it something unique. I know the Roblox community has been dealing with a lot of similar shifting because Pokemon went in and stopped any Roblox Pokemon games from existing, which led to games like Tales of Tenorio and Lumion Legacy. I think that more and more fan game developers are going to realize that it's one thing to absolutely love Pokemon as a franchise, but unlike some of the other franchises like Digimon, who don't care if you make fan games, Pokemon unfortunately is really aggressive about stopping people from using their IP and don't have any interest in actually fostering that community in any way. As much as this is sad news for certain Pokemon fan games that won't be able to be developed because of this whole situation, I do think that this could stimulate even more growth in the monster taming genre and lead to better games down the line. If you're a fan game developer and you're watching this, I'm not here to tell you to stop making your game, but what I will say is that it is becoming increasingly risky for developers and even content creators to cover these games, and while I'll continue covering major fan game stuff, there might come a day where Nintendo doesn't like that and strikes down some of my videos over it. Other than that, guys, what do you think about this situation? Do you think that there is some sort of way for fan game developers to get around this, or do you think that maybe they should start making their own unique IPs? As usual, let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more monster taming content. You can also check out my Twitter, Discord, Patreon, channel memberships, and more, linked below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.